This is strange, eh? This is the first two-shot on the channel.
Oh wow, I didn't see either of you there.
We have two cameras now. I don't know what one's going to end up looking better, but it doesn't really matter because you're going to use two of them.
We're just there's no way to tell which camera to look at because there's two people. There's no indicator of when it's switching.
So
the
I'm just gonna do it randomly when I get it, or do picture-in-picture or something funny. It makes it look a lot more professional for no extra work. It's amazing.
And this one is much brighter than this one.
Yeah.
Which makes it... It gives it that rustic flair, you know?
Imagine how weird this would look if there was a green screen with like a two-shot somehow.
Someday.
Maybe before Halloween we'll figure out how to do it. To make a scary video with something scary in the background.
Yeah.
Like, I realized, like, if we had a green screen, we could make a video in Blender and then play that in the background. So you could have some pieces of geometry spinning around.
Yeah.
Other amazing things. Or a set back there.
Oh, yeah.
With Blender. Another thing I was thinking was that if we had a really good green screen, we could be in the room from the intro. Which would be amazing.
Yeah. That's just a square, though. You could make make amazing things.
It's just the green, the red grid skybox. It's really, I really like it.
You could make an endless field of like school desks in the background with like a red grid for the floor and like a maybe a giant watching over, rubbing his chin.
Or you could just do like just a star field back there and some comets going by. Except
when you look closely, all the stars are little advertisements for game companies.
Yeah. It's just like real space. That's what I see when I look up at night.
And you can pay a penny for each one.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do when I die. I'm going to have on my hospital bed, I'm going to dole out sections of my tombstone to advertising companies. And you can buy 1 square centimeter for $1. And then the money that I get is going to a trust fund for the rest of my family.
Yeah.
But my tombstone is going to be all ads. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be great.
I mean, like, what else are you going to be looking at the tombstone for?
I don't know. But I'd like to have maybe a company come to me and buy, like, the whole tombstone. And it'll be, like, just McDonald's.
Yeah,
or
probably
something.
McDonald's or Microsoft.
It's going to be just Walmart. I'm going to have a Walmart tombstone.
Which is weird because everyone knows about those things.
Anyway, so there's some interesting news today with regards to the Nintendo NX. For those of you who don't know what the NX is, it is the code name for the new Nintendo console.
Yeah.
That is supposedly coming out next year. Now, I first heard about this, like, maybe a year ago there was rumblings.
Yeah.
Like, the Wii U has been failing for that long. So we're only, like, halfway through the Wii U cycle and they're already considering dropping it. Which is probably financially a good idea at this point, because it's not even going to beat the GameCube. But one thing is that with the NX, it looks like they're going to be converting their home console into a mobile home console hybrid. Did you see all the new news today?
Yeah.
Yeah, developer kits are going out now. That will allow developers to either make a new NX game or convert a Wii U game into an NX game. Which leads me to believe there's going to be NX cross Wii U games coming out.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Because since like fewer people bought the Wii U than the GameCube, then all those games are just like they've gone the way of the friggin' Dreamcast.
And another thing is that Nintendo also made an agreement with a company, a mobile distribution company in Japan called DNA, which is spelled DENA, like stylized to be like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a mobile platform distribution company, kind of like, say, someone who would run an app store. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is what they were working on. They were working on the mobile architecture for the mobile section of the NX. And if the NX is actually going to have a mobile component, like the rumors are saying, it looks like the NX is just going to be what the Wii U probably was supposed to be. Like, maybe you use the mobile for a controller for the NX, and then you take it with you anywhere and play the game on the NX mobile. Which, it just makes the Wii U look like a rough draft for the NX.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which sucks, because they're going to have the NX, the Wii U, the 3DS XL, the new 3DS, the new 3DS Lite,
yeah,
and the 2DS. Did I say 2DS already?
No.
That's going to be a lot of different SKUs to have on the shelf. And if they don't simplify that, they're going to crash and burn. They're making the brand too complex for people who would be interested in Nintendo. They're going there and they're just like, well, I don't know what the hell's going on here. I need to buy a new 3DS, whatever that is.
How the hell do you signal before you sneeze?
I don't know.
Anyway.
But if you get one of these things, you'll get a free pass to Edgefest, Friday, September 13th, 2002.
Yeah, I know.
That could help you with your sneezing.
Use the fucking code, guys.
Just use the code.
Use the GingerSwitch code. It's just GingerSwitch, you fuck.
VIP.
Christ.
When you go to the Doritos Loud Zone at Edgefest, you say your code. Say who sent you. And you'll get a free bag of zesty Doritos.
Yeah.
It's free. Okay, 2002.
This was when Loud Zone was good before Bronies took it over.
Now, that was back in 2002. But I'm sure the Doritos company would honor your request if you convinced them you were a time traveler.
Yeah.
So anyway, if the NX actually does release next year, and which all sources seem to be pointing to that fact being true, it's going to have to go up against an Xbox One and a PS4 that are in their prime, software-wise, and have had price cuts.
Yeah.
Do you think, in your opinion, will that work for people? For the average person who would be interested in buying, say, one console?
They seem to have a... Nintendo, they're immune to failure, sort of. Because they have a dedicated little fan base.
Yeah.
Like, they can't fail as hard as the Expo, for sure. But, they got to businessify their whole company, sort of.
Do you think that the Wii U has been in just treading water mode for the last, 6 or 7 months, just because they're saving software for the NX?
That could be it.
What if, do you think they'd be a lot better off if the NX launched with a whole bunch of software titles they were planning for the Wii U, but dumped onto the NX? Like, say, with the NX, it launches and you got the new 3D Mario that's revealed right there. And there's been a trend of Nintendo revealing things and they're releasing them the next day. Like, you had the Smash Brothers DLC and Earthbound Beginnings. I almost called it Earthbound Zero.
Yeah.
Earthbound Beginnings, right? They announced that on the day it was released. So Nintendo has been doing that. Now, do you think they'd do that with the next mainline Mario?
I don't think they could. I mean, word would get out somehow.
It's already crazy that the NX is
thing...
launching when it is. Is it that much of a stretch to go one step crazier?
But, I mean, it's one thing to, leak the actual files of a game, which has happened.
Yeah.
And it's another thing to, let somebody mention passively that they're making a Mario game.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's gonna happen.
So I think they were saving software but I don't know what that software is. I'm not ready to say that it's Zelda. Because that Zelda Wii U game, they've been adamant that it's still a Wii U game. Every time they get asked, they've been saying, we're focused on making it a Wii U game, and we're trying to make the Wii U owners feel satisfied. Star Fox was supposed to come out in November, but they had to push it back because of quality concerns, which is reasonable because people that were playing it at E3 were kind of ho-hum with it.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't help that it looked like shit. Like, I mean, it looked a little bit like the 3DS game. Like, there was a better looking Star Fox game on the GameCube, right? I mean, I don't mean in terms of, sheer, texture or poly count. I mean, art design.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the problem with it is...
it looked tech demo-y.
No, it looked like freaking Star Fox. It looked like it had the same art style as the SNES games.
Well...
I mean, the level design especially. Like, the ships that you fly into.
In my opinion...
They were too blocky.
Star Fox is not the series to go retro with.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I think if I was saying with Nintendo, you can't go retro with Star Fox and Metroid. If you go retro with them, they're just going to look stupid. And the players are going to be like, this is stupid. Yeah. Because they're still playing all the old games. People that are waiting for Star Fox and Metroid, they're like, this is ridiculous. It looks like the old thing. I mean, sure, it looks up-resed, and, it's shinier, it's got a shinier coat of paint, and, various quality of life improvements, but it still fundamentally has the art direction that's antiquated and looks like it belonged in the 80s.
Yeah.
And that's why some of the Star Fox games on the GameCube and...
Like,
Metroid on the GameCube just look better than anything we've gotten yet.
Just trying to think back to that first Star Fox trailer. All I can picture is white spaceships that are just hydrodynamic with holes in them and blue stuff in that. So it's just like a blur of white and blue. So yeah, I really get I get where complaints would come from.
They were disappointed with it because it just didn't do anything new, and it didn't really it didn't blow your socks off and say, this is amazing, and this couldn't be done before. It looks like it could be done before, and that's something Nintendo doesn't like. Game that can stand on its own. And the new Star Fox Zero, just didn't feel like that. Yeah, and so that's not coming to the NX. Zelda might.
Probably not for a while. They might make a Star Fox Zero HD, which which is actually a lower resolution.
Back onto the NX. If the NX ships with a mobile component that you can say maybe remove from the console or use it as a controller, I don't know. Do you think that will take the place of the 3DS?
What? I wouldn't want it to.
Neither would I.
I mean, how small
would
it have to be?
I'm saying this. They're making deals with DNA. They're trying to go mobile.
Yeah.
If the NX is a success, everyone's going to be complaining that the games aren't on the NX mobile. Because people already complain that Nintendo games aren't on phones. That's what I'm saying. Do you think eventually so many things are going to be coming out for the NX that can go mobile?
Well, I mean, when the time comes
that it removes the necessity of the 3DS, is what I'm saying.
When the time comes that the 3DS is obsolete, then sure.
Is it obsolete?
Oh, it's been obsolete since it came out, but I mean, when they're done with it, they'll probably move on to the NX Mobile because it's already mobile.
Do you think the new 3DS?
But that creates a problem for me because that means they might try to make the mobile machine into a controller.
Do you think?
And that's going to be too small.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about. But do you think the new 3DS was a mistake? Keep in mind, since it came out, there's only one game that's exclusive to it.
Yeah.
One.
I don't know. I don't know. They do stuff like that all the time.
If you want to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, you gotta get the new 3DS.
I mean, they've done
That's
that.
it, though.
They've done that in every console generation.
Imagine if when the Game Boy Color was out, they announced the new Game Boy Color, and a year after they announced it, there was still only one game that needed the new Game Boy Color to work.
Well, what if they, here's a better analogy. What if they, created, like, a disk drive for the N64?
And then didn't ship. I think with the Wii U, they were trying to cash in on the Wii's success and failed miserably. Because they made something that was absolutely nothing like the Wii and called it Wii U. That was a big mistake.
It was the opposite of the Wii.
Hopefully, now that Satoru Iwata's gone, they're not going to be doing that anymore. Like, I'm not blaming him, but I'm saying that it's a change that occurred, and if things are better from now on, we'll know what was wrong. I'm not blaming him.
Yeah.
But I'm just tentatively going to say...
You're threatening to blame him.
I'm threatening to blame him, but I don't want to lay blame like that.
Anyway,
You know who's working on that Star Fox Zero game?
Shigeru Miyamoto?
And Platinum.
Yeah. Platinum, they made this Transformers game, right? I haven't played it yet. But apparently it's okay because it's just,
People are talking about it.
Yeah, it's just... It's like a photoshopped Bayonetta 2. With, like, the simplest, easiest levels you can possibly make.
I like the look of it.
Yeah.
I was looking at it. It looks like the show.
Well, it's got really good cell shading.
It looks like the show.
Good textures and everything.
The fact that people are talking about it is a really good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think it, I think they may have accidentally revealed why they can make these games and why people are creating deals with them even though their games don't sell. It's that I think everything they make has just the right bits and pieces from the previous games that they can just...
They feel iterative.
They require less work, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're, like, they made Bayonetta, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you really get down to, like, the core mechanics, Metal Gear Rising ended up just being Bayonetta with parry.
Yeah.
And then Bayonetta 2 had the parry. And Wonderful 101 had all of that. So it's like, maybe it has something to do with the assets. Like maybe they're taking more things from these previous games than they would let on.
Think about it like, it makes more sense if you think about it from the point of view of a movie director. You know how when you watch a movie, if you watch enough movies, you can tell who directed it by watching it because you can sense the auteur vision in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that way with Platinum? Can you sense it, like, even if you didn't know?
It's more like it's more like you know that anime studio Trigger? They get compared with Platinum a lot because everything they make just takes ideas from the previous thing and tries to sort of bolster it.
But think of it like the most different game Platinum worked on in a while was Vanquish.
Mm-hmm.
Could you play Vanquish without knowing anything and guess that it was Platinum?
I don't know.
Could you
Vanquish
feel
was really different.
Can you feel the directorial similarities?
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, Vanquish would have actually been a really good thing to skin Transformers onto.
I'm just like
that should have been Transformers.
You know, it gets me thinking about every game they made. Like maybe Vanquish was just a really cleverly cobbled together system of mechanics from like maybe Mad World and I don't know if Bayonetta came out by then, but there's just Bayonetta all over the place if you really look closely.
I know.
Because that's what worked for them, and now they're just now they're working it. Yeah, they're working it to the death.
Yeah.
Whatever that.
Work that sucker to death. Come on now, work that sucker to death. I've used that a few times in the channel here and there.
Oh, yeah.
In a heavily altered version. I don't know if anyone noticed.
Really?
And different things. Because I love it so much. It's actually from the Sonic CD soundtrack. It's
but the clip is from. It's
some
just
song
sampled
somewhere.
from other songs.
It's so weird. This Japanese Sonic CD soundtrack is the weirdest game soundtrack ever made.
Yeah, also fantastic.
I love it
Probably
too.
the best thing about that game.
Yeah, I know. It's such a weird game, Sonic CD. We should play it. I have it on the
Why not?
PS3.
Yeah.
It's a really weird game when you play it.
I love the level design.
It's
just
so weird.
clunky and
It's
weird.
it's so spray and pray.
Exactly.
I've never seen anything that was really like it before.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway, Transformers would have been good. Transformers. There's this game called Devastation.
Devastation.
That would have been good as a clone of Vanquish.
And they call it that because Devastator is like the mini boss in every level or something.
Yeah. Why didn't they just steal Vanquish for Transformers? Why'd they go with Bayonetta? Vanquish already feels like Transformers.
But Transformers, it has shooting.
Yeah.
But Bayonetta also has shooting too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, imagine if like Vanquish, like you slide around in Vanquish, right? Like if anyone's ever played Vanquish, you press a button and you can do like an action slide while shooting.
Yeah.
In like slow motion on the ground. They could just take that and make it so you transform when you do that, and then you do like a Ridge Racer type drift when you transform to a truck or something. Oh my god, that would have been amazing.
You can't shoot from the truck. You can transform to do vehicle combo finishers. That was probably their best idea. And their second best idea was where you have to drive at max speed and collide with an enemy to break shields.
Yeah.
That's just perfect. That's exactly what you would put the Transformers game.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people making Transformers games don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. Just making the transformation useful.
Is there ever going to be a Metal Gear Rising 2?
I hope so.
Now with Konami all screwed up. It set itself up for a sequel, and then that was it.
It would cost like $5, so might as well take a crack at it. From the looks of things.
I'd buy it. I played Metal Gear Rising a million times. At the end, he kills Senator Armstrong. Spoilers.
Oh.
He beats the last boss.
He kills the last boss.
Raiden. And in the final cutscene, he has like Senator Armstrong's tie on, because Senator Armstrong had a yellow tie. And he's like wearing the yellow tie, and it's like a reference to Senator Armstrong. But there's probably never going to be a sequel now. It's probably never going to be another Metal Gear Solid.
I don't know, if I wanted another Metal Gear Solid game, that would be it.
Well, you never played any of them. So.
Or like a... Yeah, I know.
So what else is Platinum developing right now? I know they're doing a lot. Star Fox, what else?
Star Fox is, Star Fox might have some Vanquish stuff in it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like like Platinum to me.
But it's mostly Nintendo.
Yeah.
So
I think Nintendo is going to be too conservative with it, and they're not going to let Platinum do enough.
Yeah.
I think it's going to end up being funny. Not Platinum enough.
They're responsible for a lot of the good games on Wii U.
Yeah. I think they're just doing it under commission by Nintendo. They're like, we need a game. Do it.
Yeah, but everything they made under commission by Nintendo has been more unique than the other stuff.
Yeah, but this is a Nintendo first-party franchise they're letting them deal with.
Yeah.
There's history to take into account with this.
Yeah,
and you can't tarnish the brand.
Oh, I'm not arguing with that.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, is that going to hurt it?
There's going to be very little Platinum in this game, I think.
Yeah. How many games are this now that they're working on right now? Star Fox.
They're doing... Okay,
we can count Transformers because they're working on it while working on everything else. Scalebound.
And, hopefully...
Nier 2.
Oh, Nier 2, right. Wow.
Yeah. There's going to be another Nier game, and Platinum's working on it. I don't know if that's a good pick for Nier, because Nier is already so unique that it might end up not feeling like Nier.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if anyone hasn't played Nier, that's Nier on PS3. Is it also on 360? Probably is.
Yeah, I think so.
Check it out. It's worth $20, but maybe not that much more. So that's probably what you'll get it for, or less. If you find that Nier game for $10, you can't go wrong. It's an interesting experience. There's nothing else like it. It's very convoluted and directionless.
Yeah.
It's like just boiling over randomly in all directions with strange ideas that don't really fit together. And strange atmosphere, strange characters, and strange music.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I think that's why a lot of people like it.
It sort of adds bullet hell because it's fancy.
Yeah.
But doesn't do anything with it.
Well, that's the thing. It adds lots of things and then does nothing with it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's intentionally boring. It's weird.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I've never played a game before that was like trying really hard to get you to turn it off.
It just wants to make it a surprise. It wants to surprise you.
Like it was. I was playing the game and it felt like it was going on for so long.
Yeah.
With nothing to do, and it was trying to be as boring as possible until it just wore down my resolve and my ambition to play, and then it just slapped me with something really strange and made me play just a few minutes longer to see it. It's really strange. It uses boredom as a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah. It's like one of the dungeons will suddenly be top down, for example. And it'll be like Zelda, but you won't, it'll be so boring and so close to the main game that you don't notice it until later.
The dungeons are some of the dungeons are so boring. It's the same room, in a 4x4 grid that goes on forever. And
some of them, one of them is just rooms with puzzles.
And the main character is so ugly. He's the worst character design.
Ugly.
The worst character design I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And he has such a shitty personality and a shitty voice. He just sounds awful. And his best friend is this kid who becomes a skeleton, but his head's a perfect sphere in this otherwise realistic world.
Yeah.
But he has a spherical skull head. And he's a witch guy, and his girlfriend is supposedly this transvestite woman that wears nothing, and it's so weird, and the game is so gray and so ugly.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I want to play it again now.
And halfway through, the bosses just they all use the same bullet. It's a 2D cardboard cutout. And they just shoot thousands of them, but you can cancel all of them with your specials.
Yeah.
And that idea just looks cool, but it doesn't go anywhere.
And
I've seen nothing like that before.
Apparently, Nier takes place in the Drakengard universe.
Yeah.
I have no idea why or how.
Oh, and the friggin' world design too. There's this there's this aqueduct in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the map. I think that's the only thing in that section of the map. Thinking back, and it's not attached to anything. It's covered in rafters. And you gotta climb up the rafters, and it looks like Donkey Kong because the friggin' camera's just solid, stuck at this position. It does that a lot, and it's really jarring. It's definitely worth going through at least once.
It's that developer. They're so weird.
Oh, and also
there's 3 Drakengard games.
Listen, there's no replay value.
Yeah.
But every time you beat it, you get a different ending.
Yeah.
And it just reveals more and more.
It's just trying to see how much it can make you play.
Yeah.
It's weird. That developer, they're so weird and so strange. I don't like Drakengard.
Yeah.
The first one. That's the only one I beat. Apparently it takes place in the same universe as Nier, and I have no idea why. But there's more. There's like, is there 3 Drakengard games now? I think they're up to Drakengard 3.
Oh yeah, there was a recent one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. I might play Nier too, but I'm not going to play any more Drakengard.
No.
We tried to play that in the channel. It's so boring.
Yeah, Drakengard's all boring with not as much of the weird.
Oh, yeah. So you just
Nier is weird and boring.
You can look it up though on the channel.
Yeah.
I really despise the flying sections in that game.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's really shitty.
This is
Battle stations on the PlayStation 1. I hope this is good. Look at this.
You saw the back of the box and you just thought it looked good.
I was getting excited. Let's go with arcade mode. It's good to know this has a campaign. It's probably filled with really delicious CGI cutscenes. Look at this.
Yeah. Looks like a PlayStation 1 experience.
Oh my god. Let's go with this thing.
Okay, so it's a ship fighting game. Huh.
Yeah.
Just a
Pick your
one-on-one
ship.
thing.
Go to battle. Oh my god. Which one is me? Okay, I guess I'm player one, maybe.
An aircraft carrier.
Whoa. I'm just playing as the aircraft carrier. Holy shit.
So I'm guessing you can launch planes and bomb them.
This is crazy. Look at me controlling this thing.
Yeah.
I'm controlling this gigantic hunk of, like, hundreds of thousands of tons of metal. This is amazing. Go faster.
It's actually more responsive than a Resident Evil character.
Yeah. Look at me go. I'm on fire. I got a fire here. Get that fire out. Oh my god, I can, like...
Are those cannonballs?
I don't know, but this is really primitive. Because here's the pause screen.
Wow. Nice.
I have no menu. I'm just playing. Like,
Alright.
I'm just experiencing the game right now. There's nothing I can do to select anything here. Look at this. This is how real ship combat works.
Yeah.
Like, we got 2 ships. They're just tailing each other. This massive aircraft carrier.
Just
bumping into each other.
An aircraft carrier and a destroyer are fighting each other like...
Ram him.
Like they're wooden pirate ships. Oh my god.
Ram him harder. Oh my god, we're going down.
Just throw all the planes at them. Just load the planes with bombs and throw it at them.
Here's what I want you to do. Put every plane on the launching grid up top. Don't fasten them down. And we're going to ram him and then let all the planes dump onto his deck. And they're going to start firing when they get there.
And they're going to be full of acid.
Yes. Man the forward ramming spear, please. Okay.
You're getting nuked.
I know, man. Look at this. I'm scraping into us all.
You're not doing any damage, though.
It's a good thing I've got a structural hard point on my front that I can just ram with. How come ships in real life don't have, like, a ram on the front?
Just like a grid of spikes.
Ships need a big sword on the front.
Yeah.
Just go right through everything.
Wait, what's that? I missed what that was.
Just shooting little torpedoes right into
submarine.
Get it!
Holy crap!
Yes!
Holy crap, you nuked that bitch.
Yeah, it's because I was just mashing the torpedo button and I was jammed into his side as a submarine. That should work in real life. Just ram the underside of another boat with the front of your sub and start firing the torpedoes from the forward section.
You know, this submarine looks an awful lot like a torpedo itself.
Yeah.
What are you applying, Captain?
Oil Inferno. Land Marines from troop transport and destroy enemy oil facility. Reports indicate substantial enemy presence.
Alright.
Alright, let's do it. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, you can tactics.
What is happening?
Well, that's weird.
This is my aircraft carrier. I'm controlling it. Look.
Oh.
At your command, sir. At your command, sir.
Oh, yeah, I see.
I can, like, bring them in there. Like, get down here. There's the oil refinery, look.
Yes, sir.
Take the aircraft carrier.
It's kind of weird that the...
Oh, look, they have little physics things. They have to take time to stop.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It's strange because the ships are just represented by little...
The combat.
blips.
Yes, this is how this works. You just fly them
Battle station.
in, and then you start combat.
Huh. This is really behind its time. It feels like a Game Boy game. I think we played a ship combat Game Boy game that like was a lot like this.
Torpedo range.
Torpedo range, yeah.
Look at this. We're neck and neck here. This is amazing. Imagine if this happened in real life.
Oh my god.
I can't do anything with the aircraft carrier. It sucks.
I think you're not shooting bombers.
That's probably not how you use an aircraft carrier either.
You gotta shoot planes like bullets.
This is a disaster.
Huh.
Of biblical proportion. This is not right. Everything's flying apart.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We don't know what to do. We're not real Navy people. We need to call up the Navy. Maybe they'd be able to play this game.
Yeah.
Figure out what to do.
Yeah.
All I got left is my patrol boat. I'm gonna have to take out the oil refinery alone.
I don't know if those are cartoonishly enlarged grenades or if they're like cans of something.
I don't know.
Like giant Molotov cocktail made
They're
out of
cans
barrel.
of fire.
Yeah.
They're just getting all of it.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, is this like some kind of flak gun? They just hit me with kaboom.
That little boat has a lot of weapons.
I like this more. Like, I'm dying, but I'm having more fun.
Well, let me just state again that you played as an aircraft carrier and didn't launch a single plane.
That's how you're supposed to use an aircraft carrier. Haven't you ever been in the Navy? I've flown millions of aircraft carriers, okay?
Alright.
It's easy. You just let the computer do it.
I've driven a couple too, but it, like, well, not manual gear shift, but
Oh, okay. I get you. Here, I'll tell you one thing. You can play
I only
from now
ever
on.
learned automatic.
You can play this now.
Alright,
Now that I've lost. So you can experience the failure.
fine.
Now it's you that has lost. Good job you did, look. You lost. You let the oil refinery do whatever it's going to do. They're still refining oil.
Oh,
And
shit.
you dumbass.
Wait,
I don't know how this is still going. You have no boats. How do you get more? Maybe you have to reset the console.
oh no.
What's this?
Oh, you can summon boats.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Now I'm gonna try to get this.
You're an aircraft carrier. Have fun with that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me have a look at the box for a second. Is there a manual?
Yeah, I think there's a manual.
Take off. Take aim. Take him out.
Right away.
Explosive 2-player action. Okay. Ah, yes, we have a control summary here. R1 is the R1 button.
Oh, okay.
R2 is the R2 button.
You sure?
We have square, triangle, circle, and X buttons.
Okay, that's just
Or
a lie.
cross button.
That's just a lie. There's no way
Okay,
that-
yeah, cross.
Okay. Yeah. It's
let's-
box, pyramid.
Oh no. Strategic map
Box, pyramid, ball, and sticks crossed with one another. That's the only nomenclature I understand in terms of face buttons. Well, I did a good job there. You're supposed to be helping me.
Yeah, just
You're
a
like
second.
my navigation
I'm just
officer
looking.
here.
I'm just looking. It's my first day.
Okay. Okay, it's his first day. It's his first day.
Navigate ship, D button.
I don't have a D button in my controller.
it's a directional pad, but they call it the D button.
Okay, it's not a button, but
What? Override auto target and target manually. That's circle. That's holding circle.
Oh my god, hold circle to do that.
Yeah.
We probably did that a million times without noticing.
That's how you aim manually, anyway. Fire main guns, X. And fire premium weapon, triangle.
I don't know if I can afford that.
Initiate secondary weapon, square. Initiate special feature if available, that's L1. And defensive measure is R1. So yeah, I guess they all have different moves, like fighting game.
Ugh. It's a double strange to figure out.
It's amazing how for these jewel cases they invented a type of plastic that feels so brittle that you applied any force to it, it would just explode.
Yeah.
And it kind of does.
That's why they're all cracked when you buy them secondhand.
Mm-hmm.
But I still really like them. The jewel cases for PS1 games. I think it's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it's aesthetically pleasing, but I don't really like them myself.
You prefer the old cardboard N64 and SNES boxes?
No
that
way.
Immediately went to shit.
I don't prefer cardboard. I prefer the cases we use now.
Really?
Especially the smaller ones.
You don't like the sheen and feel of that jewel case?
Not the feel, that's for
It doesn't strike you as a quality product as soon as you feel it?
It feels like it's gonna... I guess I associate them with music CDs,
Oh.
which cost like $10, so it just feels cheap, maybe. I do like, my favorite thing is probably PC game boxes. I mean, you got a couple up there. They're bigger. They're in your face. They're full of goodies.
My favorite overall game package design is on the Sega Genesis. Because it's a cartridge you get in a unique box that's unique to Sega Genesis. And it looks good. It does a great job of displaying the games. Keeps your cartridge safe.
Yeah.
And most importantly, they don't go to shit.
Yeah.
So they remain collectible.
Uh-huh.
Right? It's really good. Sega Genesis design, box aesthetic, all the way. It's great. Without a doubt, the worst was the N64. Combining the worst of cartridges with the worst of boxes. So you've got cardboard boxes for N64 games that immediately go to shit after like a minute of owning them. And cartridges that do not display because they don't have a spine.
Yeah.
It's the worst they've ever done. The N64
It somehow feels like those boxes are even shittier than usual. I mean, look at the ones you have there. The sides are all bent.
There's no way to keep them good. They just over time they just collect air and just start
It just
falling to
seems
shit.
like it just looks like that the weight of the boxes on top of the other ones is kind of crushing them.
Yeah.
Just alone.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think I was just close enough for some of my guys to jump over there.
Yeah.
Just knife them. Oh, damn it. I was playing right, too. Like, I was waiting for my reticle to go over him. I was firing my main gun and my secondary gun. Maybe I have a defensive measure that I don't know about, like with L1 or something.
Yeah.
Is it L1 or R1 for the defensive measure?
R1.
Okay. Maybe...
Oh, you got the submarine.
Yeah, I got one left.
Wreck those bastards with him.
Let's see what we can do, eh?
Just do what you did the first time.
Yeah.
Ram them, and then mash buttons.
Unload all the torpedoes into the hole that you made.
Yeah.
Ramming them.
Yeah.
And try not to kill everyone in your submarine in the process. I bet this game is
Sure
really broken, too.
Are you sure it's not Mind Flayer?
Oh, I wish it was. I bet this game is really broken, too. I bet one ship is amazingly good against everything.
Yeah.
And you just have to find out what that is.
Probably
exactly.
the submarine.
Yeah, it's probably what it is. Just like real life.
Pretty much. The submarine and the destroyer are the only ones that matter. It's trying to be realistic.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
Wow. Am I the patrol boat?
Oh my god, how did he create so much fire on you?
Oh no, I won.
Yeah.
I'm not the patrol boat.
Yeah,
That's
you're
right.
not.
Yeah.
You didn't even know what you were.
No,
That's
but
awesome.
I won. Yeah. That's how I did so good in the real Navy. I didn't know I didn't know who I was, if I was the other ship or the one I was in, but I won anyway. I was just hitting buttons on the control panel.
I doubt you laid any mines.
Do you think NASCAR drivers ever have to deal with not knowing who they are? Like, oh, I thought I was the other guy.
Damn it.
I thought I was the yellow car. I didn't know I was driving the red one.
Like UFC fighters will just run off the edge.
Because I
thinking
didn't
they're
know who
the
they
other
were.
guy.
He run off the end of the stage, the UFC fighter, because he thought they were both wearing the same color shorts. He thought that was the other guy.
How? Why is that legal? Why do they let you do that? That's not fair at all. One of these days, a UFC fighter is going to start learning cancels.
One of these days, a UFC fighter is going to learn how to double jump. One of these days.
Do that air combo thing from Marvel 3.
You just launch someone way up into the air and then high jump. And just switch out with another UFC fighter in midair and continue the combo.
Uh-huh.
Can you switch out in the UFC? Like, with a code word and switch to the other fighter?
I don't know. I don't know what's the first thing about it.
Neither do I.
Other than the fact that there's no rules. And, well, rule number 1 is that there's no rules. And rule number 2 is that there are many rules that need to be followed.
I don't like the look of my boat very much. I look like I belong in a harbor. Yeah, I look like I'm supposed to transport, like, salt or something.
Yeah.
Really stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of... I mean, you're probably transporting mines to where the mines go.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, the only option in this game is close quarters combat.
Yeah, it's really strange.
When's Call of Duty going to start implementing, like, biological and chemical warfare?
When are they going to start introducing magic? Just waiting for that. When are you going to be able to, like, shoot
Just way in the
lightning at
future.
people? Like, yeah.
I know, classical warfare. That's what they call it.
Why don't they have medieval fantasy Call of Duty?
Yeah, but they should make a Call of Duty biological warfare where the only option is to introduce diseases to opposing countries.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds awesome.
You can simulate getting like tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Or some kind of disease you've never heard of that was invented in a lab.
I'm surprised that's not going on now. Frankly.
Yeah.
Seems like such a good idea. Yeah, like...
Well, it's kind of like a serious war crime. That's like the UN probably tries to
Yeah, I don't get that whole
on a
war
daily
crime
basis.
thing. War crimes are pointless. Like,
I know, but
because if you can have a war crime, that means you broke a law of war.
yeah.
And if you can break a law in war, shouldn't there be a law that says no war?
Yeah, but it's kind of
Isn't
like...
the only moral obligation you have to end the combat as fast as possible?
Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing as the reason North Korea never launches any of their missiles.
Yeah.
Because if they do, then everyone is going to be pissed at them. Like, not just the country they're attacking. Like, the UN and probably other countries that are involved in the UN are going to attack them.
Oh no.
It's going to be World War III.
I don't think the UN would do anything. They'd just sit around and continue to be gravely concerned.
Yeah.
Or they'd
Well, it's not...
send in some peacekeepers that would immediately get kidnapped.
Yeah. It's not UN the organization, but, like, UN the nations.
Oh. You and the nations.
Individually making their making decisions.
I'm getting bombed.
It's like, why... Like, if everyone hates ISIS so much, why not just take all of our worst diseases and bring it over to those countries?
I don't know. There isn't a single problem that can't be solved by the correct application of power. Like, if you, if you had the technology to do so, I'm pretty sure you could stop ISIS in a minute if you sent a floating fortress to wherever they are that blocked out the sun for a few months.
Uh-huh.
That's the correct application of power, and they get so scared. It's called shock and awe. Like,
It's
just
called terrorism.
be so much more amazing than your enemy that they just convert to your side.
No, you know what it's called?
What?
It's called being more of a terrorist than they are.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Anti-terrorism. Just be crazier than they are, and they'll
Yeah.
quit. They should.
Just block out the sun for the entire southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
And eventually someone's going to get mad enough to do something drastic. That'll make anyone your enemy.
Yep.
By just dooming the world
Yeah.
so that everyone's life is at stake.
Yep.
Yep.
War is over, folks.
There's no place for mines in this day and age.
There's going to be so much refined oil
Oh
that
my
we
God.
didn't stop.
Oh my god. They're gonna be driving for years.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Man. My CEO is going to be really upset with this one. And I'll explain this. He gave me the whole fleet, and this is what I did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We need more boats.
Okay,
How many? All of them.
Okay. I don't think I got this right. How many boats were destroyed by the patrol boat?
I don't know, but it was my first day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you see this here?
Yes.
This is something. I don't know what this is. It's like a Super Nintendo pad that, for no reason at all, they made it extremely uncomfortable and shittier looking for the sake of adding like turbo mode and shit and some kind of programmable thing. I guess what you do is you hit the set button or something, and then you press some buttons, and then it saves what you did, like it keylogs what you did or something. And then you can play it back. I have no idea how well it works or if it works at all. I've never used it. I don't know what it's called, but the top says SN Programpad, and it plugs into the Super Nintendo. It's got the L and R buttons that feel okay. The D-pad that feels alright. These feel a lot shittier than the normal Super Nintendo buttons. But it has buttons on the outside. These things around the rim that are radially mounted here, they're buttons too. Start and select are really stupidly on a weird angle, just to make it less easy to use. It's got this button that says auto, don't know what that is. Button that says slow, don't know what that is either. Never used it, but
The slow button is probably just something that spams the pause button.
yeah, and
I don't know why auto is like right in the center.
the only
That's
cool
so
thing about it really visually is the fact that it's got transparency.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked transparency, but because I'm like a 5-year-old that way.
Yeah. Just want to see cool stuff in the inside.
Yeah, who doesn't want to see cool things inside things?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to see their own guts? Like I always wanted to.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this is the SN Programpad.
Oh yeah.
What?
This
What's
is
happening?
this is slow. Just spams the pause button, just
Okay.
like that NES thing I did last time. Anyway,
Fascinating.
auto doesn't do anything right now. Let's see. There's like a pair of boobs with one nipple
Yeah, I
here.
know. I know that. think he's trying to simulate the controller, but doing it very poorly.
It shows what buttons you press.
That's
which
weird.
is nice.
With L and R.
But like you're seeing what buttons you press by looking down at your friggin' hand. So I don't know.
Now you don't have to. It's good for the blind.
Oh yeah, the blind who can only look
You
at
can
screens.
only see the screen if you have that problem. Now you've... Yeah, see, it's showing you what's being pressed here.
Yeah, there's like, okay, mode. There's 7 modes.
Pick a mode.
Yeah, just pick a mode. You can pick any one. It's all good. And then there's, I think you hold set and then... no, wait. Huh.
What's happening?
Somebody programmed in a Shoryuken motion for this, I think.
Oh
somehow.
my god, cool.
Or maybe it's automatic.
Yeah, maybe it's got a fireball motion automatically.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
This looks definitely like a Hadoken motion. Or
Yeah.
Shoryuken. But
Huh.
maybe those are the ones that like starts with by default. Anyway,
So
maybe
how do you
hold
make
set.
how do you make that happen on screen? Like try to activate that combo on screen and see what it does. Because obviously it should move Mario, right?
Yeah, it does. See, Mario's twitching.
He's trying to do a Shoryuken maybe.
Yeah, he's trying Hadoken.
Well,
'cause
that is strange.
ever since Ryu appeared in Smash Bros., Mario's been struggling with it, but he never quite got it right. Let's try set.
I have no idea how this could be useful for Mario. If there was a way to program something as complex as a mock ball into it, then I could use it for Super Metroid, but...
See, this is a programmable controller, but I don't know how to program it.
Maybe it requires software that is,
Oh yeah, here's what the
that
modes
is
do.
long gone.
The modes seem to change the speed of the inputs
Um,
and maybe some other factors.
so you don't know how to program anything in? Maybe you'd have to hold set or something. How's it feel playing?
It feels alright.
But you probably wouldn't take it over a normal
try it.
controller. Oh my god, yeah, this is... The buttons are kind of chiclety. Don't like that too much.
Yeah.
D-pad feels alright. It's a little slippy, the D-pad. But, and the R and L buttons, they have a little bit too much travel. They're a little bit too squishy. But, I'm not liking the feel of that R button at all. I think the R button has got some squishiness. It's different from L, like there's something stuck in it, but that comes with age, I guess.
Yeah, it's probably one of the more complex, like, programmable controllers I've ever seen. The little screen and the preset little Hadoken motions and stuff. It's weird. And I do like that the like the 3 radial buttons aren't put in the way of the regular buttons.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, this is really confusing. I have no idea what's going on. Mario's doing things on his own. I don't even know what's going on.
Alright, well...
It's at any rate, it's going to take a while to figure this thing out. That's the SN Programpad. Check it out, I guess.